HDFC Life board meeting has concluded. Joining us now is Amitabh Chaudhry, the Managing Director and CEO of HDFC Life. Mr. Chaudhry, appreciate you joining us here on CNBC TV 18. We are given to understand that the board has decided to give its nod for the IPO. Sir, can you confirm that for us?
Yes, the board has taken a decision today to go ahead with the IPO process. We have also stated in the press release that both the companies and the groups who are involved are very interested and see a huge strategic value in the merger of HDFC and Max Life. Till now, we haven't found a structure which passes muster with the authorities, but we will continue to look for ways and means of exploring a merger in the future. But yes, we don't want to delay our IPO further, and we intend to file our applications with the regulatory authorities imminently.
How soon are you likely to, you said imminently, but if you can give us some broad timeline by when you expect to be able to file with the regulator, sir?
So we will be filing with, IRDAI as the first step in the process this week itself. And then obviously from there on, there is a timeline involved. We have to change our articles of association to reflect some of the rights which are there in the articles of association, need to take them off as per SEBI requirements. So there is a bit of a timeline we need to work on. But if everything goes well, hopefully we'll be able to file our DRHP with SEBI sometime late August.
Sometime in late August is when you expect to file your DRHP with the market regulator. But Mr. Chaudhry, on this business of the proposed merger with Max, you've had to wait for almost a year to get a response from the regulator, and the regulator has not approved of the current structure. Is there a serious intent, Mr. Chaudhry? And I understand that, yes, you're leaving the window of possibility open, but is there a serious intent to rework the current merger proposal and plan?
I cannot emphasize enough the amount of time both the parties have spent with each other and separately to come up with a structure which could work for all the stakeholders involved, including all the shareholders of Max Life, Max FS, and HDFC Life. I think a lot of time has been spent, and that's why this window kind of remains open, because the intention of the two parties is still to explore if a merger option could be found. We obviously don't want to wait forever. We want to get our IPO process done because this is the right time to get the IPO done. But I would like to assure you and everyone that a lot of time has been spent and continues to be spent to ensure that we can get this merger completed in a form and shape which satisfies everyone.
But have you started the process of reviewing, relooking, reworking, restructuring this merger proposal, sir?
Our application by IRDAI was again kind of when we had gone and represented to them in November. Our application was rejected again sometime in June. So yes, we have been reworking the proposal since then, but we haven't found anything satisfactory which will pass muster with the regulators and also satisfy all the issues which are involved with various shareholders involved here. It's a complicated merger with a lot of complicated angles to it, and I don't want to go into the details right now, but please believe me when I say that we haven't found the structure as yet which can satisfy everyone, but we continue to explore it.
Would it be fair, Mr. Chaudhry, for me to say that now that you've decided to go down the IPO route and you've made it amply clear that you would like to do this as quickly as possible, that the merger plan is on the back burner, so to speak?
Well,
it may not have been shelved, but it's clearly on the back burner.
Well, the press release does say that we want to continue to explore the option, but we have been working on our IPO process also in parallel, so it's not that both can't be handled together. But yes, there will come a stage where if, let's say, we are not able to find an appropriate structure, where IPO process will take precedence because we need to get it out of the way, and there will come a stage when we have to be very clear whether the merger is still on or not. And then yes, if at some stage it becomes clear that the merger is not possible and IPO is what is going to happen, then yes, obviously IPO will take precedence.
What is exciting you about the current market environment, sir? Because that obviously seems to be pushing you towards the IPO and pushing you to move towards the IPO with a certain degree of urgency. What are you most excited about when we talk about the market environment from an IPO perspective?
Involved in this merger transaction because it made more sense. So we have always been excited about the IPO story. I think we have a great story to bring to the market, a very high quality business, growing business, one of the best margins in the industry. And we believe that with so many IPOs coming, we want the investors who are looking at Indian insurance market and have funds allocated for India Insurance. They should be looking at HDFC as a name they should be getting their hands on. We don't want to be last for the party when most of those funds have been allocated. So given kind of our story, given our name, the brand name which we carry, and the kind of business which you can bring to the table for people to invest in, it makes sense for us to be out there earlier rather than later.
What is the kind of valuation, Mr. Chaudhry, that you would be looking at?
Well, it's too early to comment on that. Valuation will be determined by the market. We are in the process of just getting this first paperwork done. We will start looking at the valuation more seriously once the DRHP filing is made, and then we can start looking at what value it might be. It makes sense to get out to the market, to leave some money on the table for the new shareholders and all of that. It's too early to comment on that right now.
You spoke about how you will need to amend the Articles of Association. So can you give us some specifics in terms of what kind of amendments you would need to make?
Well, right now our Articles of Association have very clearly rights defined between the two promoters and on various aspects. And as per SEBI requirements, these rights cannot exist at the time of the IPO, so we have to amend our Articles of Association to take some of these rights away and get it passed through an extraordinary general body meeting. And that's what I meant when I said we have to change our Articles of Association, because some of the rights of the promoters is enshrined in our Articles of Association which need to be taken off.
Okay. So you said that by the middle of August is when you expect to file with the regulator, right?
I said late August, so middle to end of August, yes, we'll get it done.
All right, Mr. Chaudhry, we wish you the very best of luck. Thanks very much for speaking to us here on CNBC TV 18. That's Amitabh Chaudhry, the Managing Director and CEO of HDFC Life. They're exclusively confirming to CNBC TV 18 the story that we broke this morning. The HDFC Life board has now decided to go down the IPO route. But let's